Hashem does not create victims. If we say that a person is stuck, it means that they are a victim of circumstances that they can't free themselves of. And we see and we know that the one biggest celebration of the entire year is what? Pesach. Freedom, right? When we talk about the zodiac sign, right, of Nisan, the first month of the year, according to the way we count, right? It's all about freedom. Zecher leYitziat Mitzrayim. We're always remembering Yitziat Mitzrayim. There's a mitzvah to see yourself every day. Every day being free to Mitzrayim. Why? Why does Hashem want you to remember you were a slave and that you were freed? Why? Not only does it help you remember how kind a God we have, how unconditionally loving He is, but He also wants us to remember that we're free. He wants us to remember that nobody's living in a tsar, a narrow place, that we have the ability to break free. So if I think that I'm stuck in any point and time in my life, that means I'm living the exact opposite of what Hashem wants me to remember every day. He asks me to, don't forget to wash yourself, today. Did you wash your brain out today? Did you remind yourself today how free you are? But we understand the whole idea here, right? The whole idea here is that we need to remember that we are free. Now, if we don't feel free, then there's a problem with the way that I'm conceiving life. It's only the Yetzer Hara is putting a plaster over my eyes and not allowing me to see the truth. But, Hashem doesn't create victims. Nobody is a victim. Nobody is tied down. Nobody has to be in the situation that they're in forever or for another day. They have the choice. Yes, it's hard. You need a lot of armor. You need ammunition. Of course, but Hashem gives that all to us. With the Nisayon comes the toolbox, right? That's one of the reasons, by the way, we're never, the idea, I meet a lot of people, right, throughout doing this beautiful energy work and Emuna work, thank you Hashem. And I meet women or men who are afraid of the unknown, right? We said the biggest fear is the fear of the unknown, because the unknown puts us in a place of, first of all, dependencies. And who am I going to depend on? And nobody's really reliable, only Hashem. So it's okay if that fear of the unknown brings me and throws me into the arms of Hashem, then that's okay. That's what it's meant to do. It's meant to push me into Hashem's arms, which is really the only place where I feel secure. And I know that even if I don't know, I know that someone else, quote unquote, Hashem knows, and that makes me feel calm, right? But at the end of the day, the fear of if, let's just say somebody, and again, this is something I encounter quite often, is women, a woman will come to me and say to me, I'm really afraid. I'm really afraid that, my child's going to go here, or especially us here living in Israel, something's going to happen, terrorists, all the COVID, all this, stuff going on. And I say to them, listen, let me explain to you the way this works, okay? With the Nisayon comes the toolbox, right? But when a person's worried about something in the future, they're not in a Nisayon. It's all a fictation of their mind. Did it happen yet? No. So because it didn't happen, it's not a Nisayon. On the other hand, somebody who really, God forbid, had to endure that difficult situation of somebody, experiencing pain, whatever, that in actuality it happened, then with that Nisayon, when it actually, chas v'shalom, not on anybody's, a difficult situation like a tragedy or something, or trauma happens, Hashem sends down a massive toolbox to be able to help that person through it, correct? But if I'm just imagining it because I'm afraid of the possibility, that means I'm putting myself, all my energies in that situation as though it's happening. And we know that imagination is very powerful. Koach HaMedameh is me'al hasechel. It's above sechel. It's above logic. It's above keter. It's from the highest levels of keter. High above. And so power of imagination makes me feel like this is really happening to me. And we know this biochemically. The body changes the secretions of neurotransmitters and hormones, interact in the body with the power of imagination as though it's happening. So what happens is when we're scared about something that's going to be in the future, we're putting ourselves in that nisayon, but it didn't happen. Thank you, Hashem. It did not happen. And therefore, I don't have the kelim and the tools to be able to handle it. Do you understand how that's a difficult situation? All these future worries that we have? Of course we can lose our minds because of it. Because we're not equipped to deal with it. Because, thank you, Hashem, it didn't happen. So we have to be able to have the courage enough to say, I'm going to take this out of my mind. It didn't happen. So again, everything is in the perception of the mind. And we know this. We see this scientifically, but we know this from our Torah sources, from Chassidut, right? That think good, and it will be good, right? You put yourself in that place of Emuna. Emuna is the most secure place you'll ever find yourself. You ever need security, go into the Emuna state of mind, right? You don't need Billy Joel. It's a New York state of mind. No, it's an Emuna state of mind, right? Can we invent that song? Somebody, a musician out there, want to go ahead and make up that new song? Anyway, so that's a lesson for today, is that we need to realize that there is freedom of choice, and most profoundly where it's found is in the mind, in the perception of being able to see things from that Emuna state of mind.